Sky Sports and BT Sport have won the UK television rights for the 2016 to 2019 Premier League football seasons for a combined value of just over £5.1 billion. Sky stunned analysts by paying a record £4.2 billion for its share, an 83% increase on its current deal. Well, Roger Blitz, our sports and leisure correspondent, joins me now. Roger, just why are English football Premier League rights so expensive?
Across sport globally, live rights, live content is growing. We've seen it with American football in the US and also with basketball. Both the NBL and the NBA and the NFL are doing extremely well in growing rights, and the Premier League is also part of that story, although the size of the growth has outmatched anything else that we've seen.
Yes, the increase in the size of the rights deals over the past 10 years has really been striking. Do you think there's a sense that we may have finally reached the top? Can they really get any bigger at the next auction?
We asked this question 3 years ago when the rights went up 70%, the UK domestic rights. They've gone up again 70%. So it's very hard to call what might happen again in 3 years' time. 3 years ago, we saw the growth on the back of the broadband strategy that BT were trying to grow. Now we're seeing BT and Sky compete on these quad plays of phone and television, broadband and content. And these are the things that this is the factor that is part of this current round's competition. What it will look like in another 3 years' time, we don't know. We don't know, for example, whether the big social media companies like Google or with their YouTube product will come into the market. Everybody has been expecting this for a while. They still haven't come in. So who knows? The growth can carry on like this.
For now, at least, clearly a fantastic deal for Premier League football clubs. But what does it mean for the rest of the football world in the UK? Is that gap between the top clubs and the rest just going to get bigger, do you think?
It's been growing, and the Premier League readily admit that it is going to carry on growing. In other words, for clubs in the Football League to get into the Premier League is even more important, which puts pressure on them and their finances. But what the Premier League say is that they are concerned that their top clubs in the Premier League, the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal and Chelsea, are able to compete with their equivalents in Europe, and that's what this is about. So, in other words, the haves and the have-nots, it's a story of football for the last 10 years, and it's going to carry on being so.
So, Roger, who are going to be the biggest winners, do you think, here? And clearly the clubs, or will it be the players, or could it even be the fans themselves? Might any of this filter down to them in terms of the cost of their tickets, or is that wishful thinking?
The players and the agents. We said 3 years ago, would this have an impact? And clearly player wages have been growing and will continue to grow under this deal. The idea that fans are being shortchanged out of this is a very strong debate, particularly in this UK election year. And we have already heard the Premier League say more money has to go into grassroots, and more money perhaps might have to go to help fans out in order to maintain the atmosphere in grounds, which is so crucial to the Premier League product. And remember, we haven't even talked about the international rights, which are also being sold this year and which are also expected to go up.
OK, Roger, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks very much.